I started following the market in the 50s, and I follow it virtually every day. My friend Herbie Crumbine, who you know, he hooked up with a guy named Ira Rennett. Ira was in his 20s. He's a very precocious guy, and he started a brokerage firm on Wall Street. And Herbie was bringing companies to Ira, and Ira was bringing them public. He had a small over-the-counter brokerage firm called Reuben Renner, and their companies were going public like crazy. I mean, every day it was bunches of companies that were going public, and Ira's company was putting them public. It was great for me because I didn't have any. I was in the Navy at that time, and they would give me these deals, and they would go to large premiums, you know. So a company would come out at it would be priced at $3, and it would open trading at $12.
Nice. That's a deal.
So he wouldn't give me, you know, he'd give me a few hundred shares. But the money that I made with Ira and Herbie at that time was what permitted me to open my office. I amassed enough capital to open my office from those trades. And they went on for about 2 or 3 years. And then the market died. It just died, you know, immediately. I mean, it happened. Like one day it was hot, and the next day there was no market for those securities. And but fortunately for me, I left New York. I was discharged. I had made enough money to open my office, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot about stocks from people who, I mean, Ira's worth $3 billion. He's a multi-billionaire, and he's responsible for my opening my office and doing whatever I did. Of course, he did much better than I did. When I looked at a deal,
Wow.
the object I was trying to acquire was to be able to execute the deal so that it was bankable and not put up a penny of my own, of my money or my partner's money. And I did it. I never put up a penny that I can remember. Not a penny. I leveraged, yeah. And in those days, I'll tell you, I was making a hell of an income then. Most people didn't have the income that I had back then. And I paid no taxes. In those days, you could depreciate against you could take the depreciation from your real estate and apply it to your income. I had no tax.
Wow.
I had a zero tax. I was making as much money as the guy who bought the hockey team here, who owned the largest trucking firm in Roanoke. He had 60 tractor trailers, carting furniture all over the United States. His income and mine was the same. And that's what I paid in taxes, zero. Because I could take all my real estate and depreciate it against my own personal income. So I paid no taxes. Creating capital is a fascinating thing to be involved with. And there's lots of ways to do that. None of them have more interest attached to them than following the securities markets. If you follow the markets, you'll have an opportunity to improve your existence and your life and those of your family, and provide security for all of them. And be engaged in a fascinating a commerce as there is available to anybody. I don't know what I could recommend to you that would be more fascinating. I mean, once you get into it, it's fun. And just like any field within which you can increase or improve your existence, you know. And I've always enjoyed it. I mean, if you're in the market, there is no other motivation. You're in the market to increase your capital. And it's an excellent way to do that. I was in real estate for many years, and I was good at that. And I made a lot of money doing it, but I enjoyed following the stock market more than anything because it gives you an opportunity to know what's going on in an unlimited scope of other areas, and you can keep up with many things if you follow the market. It's a fascinating way to learn. You'll learn as much following the market as you will any other way. When I first started, there were companies that you just look at anything that's promising. I've almost never subscribed to an advisory organization because they're wrong as much as anybody is. And I haven't made any really big mistakes. I mean, I've lost on a lot of positions that I've taken, as everyone has, but you learn ways to limit your losses, maximize your gains, and if you keep following the market in this country, it's hard to lose money over a long period of time. I don't even remember where the market was when I started, but it's probably at least 20 or 30 times higher now than it was then. And so you're bored by this now. When you grow up, you won't be. When I was your age, son, I was just as interested in sports as you are. I played every day. And now sports is still great, but it's nothing like following the market. The market is very exciting. And it gives you an opportunity to know what's happening in lots of different areas of human endeavor. It's a fascinating way to keep up with things. I still watch it every day, except Saturday, Sunday, and holidays. You know, when I was a kid, there was the New York Yankees, Ray Robinson, and the stock market. You never bet against any of those entities. And it's still true today, except that Robinson is dead, and the Yankees are still going strong. And the United States has never bet against the United States. The United States will do fine. So the market will still make money for the people who invest properly.